Did y'all hear the leaked audio? OMG. Olivia Plath leaked the audio between her and production at TLC. Woo! They're trying to tell her to be quiet. This lady on the other end, she makes me so dang irritated. I want you to just take a listen and trust and believe we got a lot more to discuss in this video.
But it did happen.
It's still information that hasn't been aired.
Do you know that NDAs are violated if abuse or crime happens? Both have happened.
But there's no abuse or crime that happened. You've also posted private text messages with TLC and with Eli.
Yeah.
That violates your confidentiality.
No, my text messages are not in the confidentiality clause. Nothing to do with the show, with how I've been treated.
No, but you're revealing information about the payment schedule, about what the episodes have been delivered. That's not public knowledge.
Yes, it is. I mean, it is because they're literally on the website, but yes.
What's on the website?
What episodes are out and the names and the titles, like.
Well, when it's premiering has been exhibited, but not some of the information in the text messages and what you're posting about the show.
Which information?
I'm just letting you know that the information about, I hope they air the part where he said, "I'm going to slit your throat like the pig you are." That's
That's not information about the show. It says, "I hope they do."
It's not they will.
It's not they will. It's I hope they do.
Okay, Veronica, I don't think this conversation is going to be productive. We wanted to get an understanding of what the security issue risk that had involvement with us and what was needed from us. I don't know what we can offer. I can discuss further with TLC. Part of this is us asking for you to please stop posting those posts.
I will not be doing that. No, I will be speaking up. Sorry.
Okay, that's at your election. But I just wanted to remind you of what you agreed to in your release.
Yeah, I didn't agree to abuse or anything, but thank you.
Wow, the leaked audio is so valid. So valid. And not only do I feel this way about TLC and production, apparently your favorite Sister Wives YouTuber without a crystal ball feels the same way. So, and it's very, very seldom I agree with her on things, so I found this was interesting that we agree on this. Take a listen at what she had to say about the network, production, these shows, and how they treat people.
That the network intentionally misleads the public and doesn't include their beliefs about sexuality, about women, about really anything.
Before he made pew pew threats about unaliving my friends. Sorry, I have to use social media TikTok language for that. Yeah, this was all before he made those threats. At this point, I was not as scared of him. I was just so weary because these 10-minute videos that you're seeing, this was all day long, every single day, months leading into years. At this point, things had only escalated to backing me into corners, demanding answers, putting his finger in my face, spitting on me, being an alcoholic, getting drunk every single day, and just being really aggressive and mean and intimidating with his body language. But this was before, again, he made firearm related threats.
The law, it's difficult for some NDAs to be enforced if the NDA is enforcing silence related to the possibility that abuse or a crime occurred. And so the loophole that Veronica is using is that you guys filmed crimes, and crimes can't be bound by an NDA. And the crime she's claiming is this threat that Ethan will slit her throat. And it doesn't sound like they at all denied that he said it, only mad that she revealed it ahead of the season. And this is a network that has stood behind a lot of really abusive families. They have platformed families like the Duggars, whose son Joshua is in prison for CSAM, and the family covered up that CSAM, and they also covered up the child essay that Josh did to his sisters. They covered up their use of very severe corporal punishment and isolation of the children. The network has also platformed Jeffrey Paschal of 90 Day Fiance, who is in prison. They have platformed a 90 Day Fiance named Mike, who was convicted of CSAM recently. They also have Toby Willis, who was convicted of child SA. So, and they'll stop at nothing to keep their shows on air. I mean, Jeffrey Paschal was facing 15 to 20 years in prison, and he was on the series until he was literally convicted and allowed to smear his victim. It's pretty horrible what this network will put on TV because it's quote unquote entertainment. But it's some of these shows where they literally sanitize it so much that they ignore everything and they don't put out on their series the truth of who these people are because it would cancel the show. Similar claims about severe sort of threats and hate crimes have been lobbed against other members of other series on the on TLC. And clearly, if anyone knows anything about reality television, is that people that sign contracts with these networks have no rights. They're not protected under the Screen Actors Guild. There's no union for reality television show members, and they have to hide behind these draconian non-disclosure agreements that prevent them from speaking out about what they experienced. And TLC has put out some teasers to try to give some idea of what's coming, and they showed a clip of a shirt that has blood on it, and they also showed a clip of Micah with his reconstructed nose after the fight. But again, that kind of assault getting a place on television, that's serious. I mean, that's a criminal assault. And so are terroristic threats in Florida and Georgia law. In fact, if they filmed anything of him making those threats against Veronica in the state of Florida, that's a second-degree felony to threaten to harm someone by slitting their throat. So I don't know. TLC is such a mess, and I rarely, if anything, talk about the shows because most often than not, they're false. And you've all watched my coverage of Sister Wives to know that so much of this is false and made up for TV.
I couldn't have said it better. I give credit where credit is due. But I will say this, I agree completely. This network and the way they exploit people and they try to silence the truth and just parade around false narratives and fluffing up very serious topics. In my opinion, this is very serious. When people are sheltered, then they're targeted and abused and done on a public platform. The network is making a lot of money off these people. Did you hear this lady? This lady drives me nuts. And I hope she's listening to this video. Lady, you don't give two rips about nobody. You probably live a sad and pathetic life. You probably hate your life. I could tell. This woman is telling you and everybody else she was abused. Then when she talks about it, this lady got the balls, the titties, to come up to this girl and say, well, look, you don't need to write that. It's in the contract. You don't. Why do you have in a contract you need to be quiet when it comes to the truth? Number one. Number two, ma'am, why in the F are you trying to tell a woman not to speak up when she has been threatened and abused? Shame on you. In my opinion, that producer lady is the culprit. Oh, she is complicit with this abuse and BS? Child, don't let me go any further on that producer lady because I will come all the way unglued. Because I know what it's like. Like I said, I'm not on a public TV show. I just have a public platform like a YouTube channel and a Facebook page, and I am targeted left and right. People trying to silence me from saying the truth. People trying to shame me and bully me into being quiet. Y'all better have several seats because this redneck just getting started and comfy. Okay? That ain't the only audio she released. She also released audio between her and Ethan. Ethan was drunk. Oh, yeah. And he's talking about how he was, gonna do some things, threatening, basically, trying to be macho man. Meanwhile, looking like Hanson, a Backstreet Boy. Dude, you may go ahead and say it. This dude's a pussy. Woo, I said it. That's what we rednecks called little boys like him in the South. He's a pussy. And you can tell. He's a pussy. The way you talk to women, that proves if you're a pussy or not. Sorry, my language. I know clutch your pearls because I've clutched mine. Hand over my mouth. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say your opinion. That's the society we live in today. People get shamed for sharing an opinion, and God forbid you be a woman with a strong opinion that don't align with the masses. You better be prepared for the takedown because they're going to try to take you all the way down. But don't you do it. Don't fold. Olivia ain't folding, and I am so here for it, okay? I am a full supporter and fan of Olivia Plath. Let me tell you right now. Olivia recently spilt the tea on the logistics, the timeline behind the divorce between her and Ethan, which just happened recently. Oh, yes. And now I think it's time we discuss Ethan's new fiance. Oh, yes, the new future Miss Plath. Wow, that's going to be a storyline for a new season if they have one, huh? If you recall, in the August 5th episode of Welcome to Plathville, Ethan introduced his girlfriend, Tegan Nichols, to the cameras. After 10 months of dating, the pair revealed that they met on social media when Ethan was still newly single, but neither thought anything would come of it. Mind you, Olivia, who is one of my favorite tea spillers right now at the moment, Olivia stated the reason behind her and Ethan's divorce. Okay, not the reason behind it, but how it all went down, the logistics behind it. She said that he did not fill out the original paperwork when he filed for a divorce. He didn't fill it out correctly. So legally, they were not divorced because after that, he blocked her on social media. So she said she would try to reach out, and she couldn't because she was blocked. There was no way to reach out to him and say, hey, you need to redo your paperwork, cuz you filled it out wrong, which means we still married, bruh. Well, like I said, Ethan blocked her, had her blocked, so he didn't know. Fast forward to earlier this year, Ethan sends her a message. He unblocked her, like, for no reason. She said, he just unblocked me out of the blue. Well, no, it wasn't for no reason. It was for a reason. When he messaged her, he said, hey, we need to get divorced, like, immediately. This is why. She said she found out that he had got engaged to Tegan, which is why the sudden urge that they had to go push and get the divorce finalized and all that. See, this divorce is just recent legally because Ethan dropped the ball. Allegedly. Lord knows I don't need to get my hand slapped by TLC no more than it already is slapped, child. They stay with their hands over my mouth. I said what I said. Olivia, I see you, girl. I ain't even on a TV show. I just give commentary on it, and they got their hands so far over my mouth. But anyway, Ethan said I went on a couple of dates in the beginning, even though I was hung up on Olivia. I was looking for someone who gets along with my family and is not attracted to drama. Well, first off, let me go ahead and notate, when you're dating somebody, is that your priority? They get along with your mom and daddy, that's your priority. The hell with if you like them. Long as they get along with your mom and daddy. Also, another bubble burster for Ethan. Human beings are attracted to drama, dumbass. Ooh, people like really bad people get on my nerves, and in my opinion, dude's a really bad dude. But anyway, He goes on to say, and then out of the blue, I found one. I had posted a picture of me and my motorcycle, and she, I guess, commented back, "It's a nice motorcycle." He continued joking. I looked at her profile and I was like, oh, dang. Like, it is a very nice motorcycle. What weirdos. Now, Tegan admitted that she assumed she would never get a response from Ethan. So when she did, she said she was really caught off guard and really excited. "I was jumping up and down because I really thought I'd never hear from you." This was the first time Tegan was getting to explore the area where Ethan grew up in Georgia, making her realize just how different their upbringings were. Ethan's childhood was spent more at home, and they didn't really wander past the farm, it seems like, at all. Only on special occasions. She explained, like that wouldn't be a red flag to anybody in 2025. I mean, these people act like we're living back in the 1950s and 40s. And I'm talking about TLC. I'm wondering how old these people are at the network. Like, I'm serious. Like, y'all's mentality, y'all hung up on some olden days. I'm just saying. Only on special occasions, she explained. That's definitely different than how I was raised. I don't want to use the word normal, but normal K-12 education, then college. "I love being a mom," she said. "It's the best thing I could have ever asked for. I've always wanted to be a mom, so it's like a dream come true that I get to live that every day." Ethan does have a relationship with my child, she went on to reveal. "I think Ethan will be a great dad one day." Ooh, child. He shared that it doesn't bother him that Tegan had a child. Even noted that he hopes to have a big family of his own one day. "I can't imagine what it'd be like to actually have our own, but just seeing that joy it brings to her, I see it as a good thing." Child, this is so weird. Knowing what all we know now, What are y'all thinking? But is the fairy tale already over? Because now we're getting rumors. Now Ethan and Tegan has rumored to have split. And I kind of believe this rumor. I kind of do. Okay? Take a listen at what Sarah Fraser had to say about this. And then take a listen at what Olivia Plath had to say about Tegan's baby daddy reaching out to her about Ethan being around his child. Oh, yes. Especially after all this leaked audio and stuff. I mean, who wouldn't be concerned about your child being around somebody with these serious allegations?
Now we hear they're not together. What do you hear? I know you don't speak to them, they're blocked, but what do you hear? Are they together or not?
I've heard that they are not. I heard that they broke up, got back together, and broke up again.
Has she reached out to you?
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and then I feel like I have to put a disclaimer or qualifier in this. I don't know. Because I don't remember who I said this to. I told someone that Tegan's child's dad and his fiance reached out to me. And that is true. And someone repeated that to Veronica, and all of a sudden Veronica's saying, "Oh, they reached out to me." And I'm like, okay, I don't know why they would. They reached out to me because they had seen videos I'd posted online about Ethan. And they were like, "Hey, we're concerned about the daughter, Tegan's kid with joint custody. We're concerned about her being about Ethan. What can you tell us about him beyond what you've put online?" And I gave them my honest 2 cents. I told them what I experienced in my relationship, and I just said, if he's changed, I wouldn't know because I'm not with him anymore. I'm just giving you an honest recount of what happened. And they thanked me. They said, "Thanks, we'll think over this." And I've not talked to them since. It was a, one encounter. Somehow Veronica heard that, and now she's saying "Oh, they reached out to me too about everything." And I'm like, what?
Ooh, the tea is hot. The drama is real. What are y'all thinking about this one? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. I've been trying to incorporate different content that you may enjoy into my video lineup, so I do hope you enjoyed this one. I got a lot more on the way, so stay tuned. I love you for watching. I'll see you in my next video or in the comments below.